Hello everyone, I am Assistant Professor Jayendra Patel from Mechanical Engineering Department, MGT Navsari. From this video, we are going to start a series of lectures on the subject called Indian Constitution. This particular subject is offered by Gujarat Technological University as a mandatory course in the semester 3. The subject code of the same is 313007. Before going to the subject Indian Constitution, we need to understand the basics of the Constitution. Okay, we need to know what is a Constitution. Okay, so for that, let us start with the very basic. Let us see this video. Oops. Okay, now what do you think if the player is out or not out? Okay, if you are aware, you will always say this player is not out. It may feel that it is a hit wicket, but it is not a hit wicket. Okay, let us once again see one more video. Okay, so in this case, what are your thoughts? I will say this is obviously out. So this is an out and the previous one was not out. Okay. In the same way, we all know that how a player gets out by LBW or when there is a white ball. But the question is how we know all these things. The answer to this question is there are some rules in this particular game. Now, who has made this rule? These rules are made by the ICC, which is known as International Cricket Council. And these rules are governed and managed by the Board of Control for the Cricket in India, which is known as BCCI. Okay. Now, we all know that all people who are playing the game or who are managing the game has some specific roles, like bowler has its own role, we have the rules for cricketer, we know the rules for fielders, as well as on ground we are having all the basic rules that allows us to play cricket in a proper manner. And to decide who is out, who is not out, we are having a first umpire and second umpire on the ground, and if there is any confusion, we are having a third umpire sitting off the ground. Okay, so we are having set of rules which governs the whole game of the cricket, and these rules are not only available in the cricket. Almost everything we do is governed by some set of rules. If we talk about clubs, restaurants, shopping malls, any devotional places or workplaces, any historical places, or even any websites, there are some set of rules, may be written or may be unwritten. Okay, there can be some written rules, there can be some unwritten rules. Okay, even जब आप कॉलेज में जाते हो वहाँ पे भी लिखा होता है कि use of mobile phones is not allowed. Even you have to wear your ID cards when you go for the examination. You have to keep driving license whenever you are driving. Okay. Whenever you go to public area, the smoking and the spitting is prohibited. So these are the set of rules, maybe written or unwritten. Okay. Now in the same way, we are having the set of rules for controlling the country. Okay. But they are known as laws. Okay. So basically, what are the laws? Laws are nothing but they are the set of rules to govern any activity or any kind of work in a defined state. Now, whenever I am talking about the state, I am not talking about Gujarat or Maharashtra. Okay, I am talking about the state under the action. Okay, whenever I talk about the state, state means जहाँ पे ये laws लागू होते हैं. Okay, now whenever I talk about the India as a state, इंडिया में वो लॉज लागू हो गए. Whenever I talk about गुजरात एज अ स्टेट, गुजरात में वो लॉज लागू हो गए. Whenever I talk about नवसारी एज अ स्टेट, नवसारी में वो लॉज लागू हो गए. Okay, so state has a specific definition. Okay, now the second question is why we need these laws. We need to know how the societies are governed, how they are regulated, okay, how everything can be worked properly, okay, and for that we need these laws, because these laws define the role, the power and the structure of different entities that are available within that particular state or a specific region. They defines the rights and the duties of different peoples available in that particular region or a state. That is the reason why we need these laws. They are basically designed to protect us and our properties and to make sure that everything in the society behaves the way the community expect them to. Okay, now how they are managed and how they are made, they are basically made by the legislatures. In India we are having Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha who make these laws. Okay, now these laws are only implemented in India. If Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha makes these laws, they are only implemented in the India because they are made for specific countries. Okay, and this laws tells us that कि अगर हम कुछ वर्क करते हैं, कोई एक्शन करते हैं, तो उनका रिएक्शन और या फिर उनके कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस क्या हो सकते हैं. अगर हम चोरी करते हैं तो उसके कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस क्या होंगे, अगर हम कोई रूल ब्रेक करते हैं तो उनके कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस क्या होंगे, वो डिफाइन करके देते हैं. Okay, now whenever these laws are combined together, okay, whenever we make a legal framework of all these laws, the constitution is made. Okay, so basically what is a constitution? Constitution is basically a framework, a legal framework for a specific country, or we can say it is a supreme law of the country by which the complete country is governed. Okay, so if you want to define a constitution, we can say that a constitution is the document that contains the basic and fundamental law of the nation, setting out the organization of the government and the principle of the society. Okay, now the next question, if this is the constitution, what is the constitutionalism? Because there is a difference between constitution and constitutionalism. When we talk about constitutionalism, constitutionalism is a system of governance under which the power of government is limited by the rules of the law. That is the constitution. Okay. In another word, if you want to say, a constitution checks whether the act of the government is legitimate and whether the official conduct of their specific duty in accordance with the predefined laws or not. Means the constitutionalism also governs the government also. They control the power of the government also. Okay, why it is required? Because it protects the rights of the groups or the individual who are the part of that particular state. It also keeps the limitation on the power of the government. Okay, now let us talk about the constitution of the India, how the constitution of India works. Now the constitution of India basically connects the government and the people of India. As we know that we are running the democracy so that the people are the top of the constitution, means the most powerful person of the constitution, and they select some of the representatives and send them to work as a government with the help of laws written in the constitution. Okay, now these representatives from three parts. Very first part is the legislative, which is having the set of member of parliaments, MLAs, जो जनता के representatives है, who makes the laws. वो laws बनाते हैं और उन laws को वो constitution के through implement करने की कोशिश करते हैं. The second part is the judiciary. Now what is the work of judiciary? Judiciary means न्यायालय or say different types of courts like high courts, supreme courts, district courts, etc. What they do, they helps to interpret these laws as well as the constitutional laws. If there is something going illegal, in that case, the judiciary helps the janta to give the justice. Okay, so this is the work of judiciary. And the third organ is the executive organ. Now, executive organ basically implements the laws. जो लॉज लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली में डिफाइन हुए हैं और जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में लिखे हुए हैं, उन लॉज को इम्प्लीमेंटेशन करने का काम एग्जीक्यूटिव असेंबली करती है, जिसमें होते हैं प्राइम मिनिस्टर्स, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ डिफरेंट सब्जेक्ट्स लाइक मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एक्सटर्नल अफेयर्स एंड so on. Okay, so basically they implement the laws. Now, as we know that in India, the legislative assembly and the executive assembly both works together or in a similar pattern. Okay, and the judiciary is the independent organ. So this is how the Indian polity works. Now the history of Indian constitution is very big, but we will keep it in a brief. The Constitution of India, which is the supreme law that governs the India, is basically the combination of some of the best laws available in the world. The basic structure of the Indian Constitution was taken from the Government of India Act 1935, which was made during the British Raj in the India. And our ideologies were added in this Government of India Acts with some of the best laws in the world, and finally the structure was adopted, that means accepted by the representative of India on 26th of November in 1949. That's why this particular day is celebrated as the Constitutional Day in India. It is also known as National Law Day, or many times it is known as a Samvidhan Divas. And finally, the implementation of the same constitution was done on 26th of January 1950. And that's why this particular day is known as a Republic Day of India. Initially, when the constitution was made, there were total 395 articles which were divided into 22 parts and 8 schedules. In short, it is the largest written constitution in the world. At present, our constitution contains 448 articles and 12 schedules. So finally, briefing the outcomes of this particular subject, we are going to study about how a state is ruled with a predefined constitution and what are the laws that helps to regulate all the activities and control the polity of the particular state. That means ultimately हम राज्य की राज्य व्यवस्था कैसे चलती है, राजनीति कैसे चलती है, उसको देखने वाले हैं with the help of this particular course contents. So we are going to start with the introduction of our constitution that we have done already. What is the constitution is being explained today. Then in the next lecture, we are going to start with the history of Indian constitution. How the Indian constitution developed. कोई भी चीज़ डेवलप होती है तो एक साथ एक ही झटके में डेवलप नहीं हो जाती है. कोई भी ऐप, एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ, कोई भी एप्लीकेशंस डेवलप होते हैं, कोई भी सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलप होता है तो उसके डिफरेंट वर्जन निकलते रहते हैं. उसका वर्जन 1 निकलता है, 1.1 निकलता है, उसको मॉडिफाई करके 2 निकलता है, 2.1 निकलते हैं. उसी तरीके से इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के भी प्रीवियस वर्जन्स रहे हैं जिसको मॉडिफाई करके हमने अल्टीमेट इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बनाया है. Okay, so we are going to learn that particular history. Then we are going to check out some of the salient features and the characteristics of our Indian Constitution. Next, we are going to start with the fundamental rights of Indian peoples. And in this fundamental right, we are going to specifically check out the article number 14, which is the right to equality. Article number 19, which is the right to certain freedoms. We are having some freedoms. We are going to discuss about Article 19. And in the article number 21, we are going to discuss about the right of life and personal liberty. Next, we are going to check out the fundamental duties and its legal status. Basically, we are going to discuss about the legal status because it was not initially in the constitution. It was added by the 42nd amendment in the 1976. Then we are going to check out the directive principles of the state policies. Okay, now whenever we make any law, whenever India or any state makes any new policy or new law, they basically follow some directive principle already given in the Indian Constitution, and based on that they make their policies. Okay, so we are going to check out what are these directive principles, or say what are these policies written in the Indian Constitution. Next, we are going to check out the federal structure, and under that federal structure we are going to study the distribution of different powers between the union and state. That means between India and the state, the distribution of power will be studied. Next, we will be studying about the parliamentary form of our India. We are having the parliamentary form government. Okay, we are going to study that particular thing, and the constitutional powers and status of the President of India. Who is the President of India and what are the power of that particular first person of India. Then after, we are going to study about the amendments. ओके, नाउ इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में जब आपको कोई चीज चेंज करनी होती है तो आपको उसमें अमेंडमेंट्स करने पड़ते हैं. ओके, सो वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी हाउ दिस अमेंडमेंट प्रोसीजर वर्क्स एंड व्हाट आर द हिस्ट्रीज ऑफ दिस अमेंडमेंट. मीन्स कौन कौन से अमेंडमेंट हुए हैं और उसका इम्पैक्ट क्या रहा है. फाइनली, वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी अबाउट द इमरजेंसी प्रोविजन. नाउ Indian Constitution is having various types of emergency. Total 3 emergencies are there. One is the national emergency. The next is the state emergency, which is also known as presidential rule. That means Rashtrapati Shashan. Okay, and then thirdly, we are having the financial emergency. All 3 emergencies are available in the article number 352, 356 and 360. Okay, we are going to study about all 3 emergency provisions available. कब अप्लाई होगी और किस तरीके से अप्लाई करेंगे और किन किन लोगों को अफेक्ट करेंगे, उनकी स्टडी हम करने वाले हैं. एंड फाइनली, वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी अबाउट द लोकल सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट. ओके, दैट मीन्स द डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन पार्ट. ओके, नाउ द लोकल सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट कंटेन्स द पंचायत्स. They are the first part of the local self-government, and second, they contains the municipalities. Okay, panchayats works in the rural region and municipalities works in the urban region. Okay, we are going to study about the work and the role of them using the Indian Constitution. Okay, so in the next video, we will be starting with the history of the Indian Constitution, and the book that are referred by Gujarat Technological Universities are this. You can check these books if they are available in your libraries. You can go with them, go through them. And the 6th book, the Indian Polity, is the one that is referred by me. Okay, this is not available in the Gujarat Technological University syllabus, but it is preferred by me. That's why I have added this book. So if you want, you can prefer this particular book also. So thank you everyone for listening me, and please keep learning. Have a good day.